opening drive. It's such a critical way to get their players and get their offense settled into this game. And as you said, disastrous start, not only turning the ball over, but allowing the defense to capitalize and take it all the way back the other way.
So following the score, here comes Elliott to kick this one away. Showing off the big leg. Didn't want to defend a return, so this ball going to be spotted at the 35-yard line. Off the play fake. Jackson moving to his right. Off he goes. And he'll get this one close to a first down, maybe a yard short. That's a nice pickup with that first down scramble.
Initially, Mike, a really good job by the defense. Nowhere to go with the ball for this quarterback. He's forced to pull it down and turn into a runner. Little slow reaction, and he's able to actually pick up a pretty good gain.
On second down, here's a run with Henry. And he'll work his way for about 4 yards. And that's good enough for a first down.
A gain of 4 yards. First down, Ravens.
In motion comes Andrews. On 1st and 10, Jackson. A hit as he threw, and the pass is incomplete. Trying to set up that screen, but the rush got there too quick.
I think he knew in the back of his head, Mike, he had to get rid of this ball a little sooner than he would have liked. And with that pressure getting there in a hurry, it just ends up being a wasted down.
Second down, Jackson. That one's incomplete. Good coverage there. Uncomfortable for the receiver. Couldn't hang with it, and it brings up 3rd down.
Sometimes it's those footsteps. I don't care how long you've been playing or at what level you've been playing at. That defender's bearing down. You really get a good idea of what guys are willing to go through contact to secure a catch, and in this case, what guys are unwilling.
So after back-to-back incompletions, it is now 3rd and 10. Play action now. Jackson. Contact as he delivered it there, and the pass is incomplete. Good job defensively to make sure he could not find the throwing lane, and it sets up 4th down. Ravens sending the punt team out there. Back deep for the Eagles, Britton Covey. And that one had too much behind it. It's into the end zone for a touchback.
20-yard line.
The drive begins at the 20. Here's 1st and 10. First carry for Saquon Barkley. And he'll push his way ahead for a gain of 2. Tackle there by Trenton Simpson.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
From the 22 now, here's 2nd and 8. He'll stay on the ground with Barkley. And he's going to have that first down. Tackle made up at the 30.
It just seems like every time this guy touches the ball, he makes something happen. And not all of his runs are always going to be positive. He's kind of one of those guys that's going to get a 0, a 1, a 2. But it's the home run threat. It's the big plays that really tip the scales in your favor. And when you can generate those big explosive plays on the ground, man, it makes such a big difference for the offense.
It'll be a pickup of 10. First down, Philadelphia.
1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Now Barkley. And he'll be marked down at the 45-yard line. Nice chunk here in this good-looking drive. Pick up a 14 and a first down.
First and 10 at the 45-yard line.
So after one, it's the Eagles with the early advantage. And we're back in Philly in a moment. Eagles in possession to start the second quarter as they've got it with first and 10. Off the bootleg, it's Hurts. Escaping the danger, throwing and completing. And they're going to be set up in the red zone. They've got it inside the 15. Big time play for Philly. 31 yards. On the move at the 14-yard line, it's first and 10. Here's Barkley. And he will not be able to turn upfield. They'll drop him behind the line.
Every team makes an emphasis on winning first down, but as a defense, when you're able to take them back for a loss, second and long, you can really become more of a pass-centric defense and really tips the scales into your favor.
He'll turn this into a gain of about 4. It's going to lead to third down.
That's a gain of 4. Brings up third and 8.
Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. And this one incomplete. On third down, they cannot connect.
Incomplete.
On fourth down, it's Jake Elliott time for the Eagles. Officially a 29-yard attempt. And that one is off the left upright. He missed it. And this is going to remain a one-possession game.
You could see the body language of the kicker, Mike. Once it left his foot, he was kind of leaning. He was trying to bring that one back towards the middle. But that's the sound you dread as a kicker. It reverberates around the stadium, off the upright, no good.
They'll start out on the ground with Henry. Finding room at the 35. And they'll finally track him down as he takes it up to the 45-yard line. How about 25 yards to start the drive? First down.
Well, that's how you get a drive started. A big play here in the run game, and you have to imagine this is something we're going to continue to see. Success early in the drive typically results in success later in the drive.
Here's a run with their tight end. And he'll take this forward for a couple. It'll be second down.
Brought down by Zach Moore. A gain of 2. Brings up second and 8 at the 47-yard line.
From the shotgun, here's Jackson. He's got his tight end, Mark Andrews. And they're going to work this down inside the 45. Now the Ravens use their first timeout. And they'll have a chance to talk things over after picking up that first down. Here's Jackson. Now quickly to Flowers. And he's not going to be able to get away. Good defense on the perimeter. It'll be a loss of yardage. No timeout here by Baltimore. That's going to be their second. And they'll get together prior to this second down play. Throwing Jackson. Open man. That's Bateman downfield. And they'll move this ball way down into the red zone, inside the 20-yard line.
First down, Ravens.
This is Henry. And he's brought down after a gain of a couple.
Henry, the ball carrier. He was brought down by Marcus Epps. 2 yards on the pickup. It's second and 8 at the Eagles' 14-yard line.
They face second down, 8 yards to go. To throw is Jackson. Oh, the pressure gets there, and down he goes. The Raiders now going to use their final timeout as we stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
Third and long.
So, backed up after the sack, and now it's third and long. Jackson now. The ball deflected at least a couple of times, but it'll fall to the ground. It's incomplete. Jay Flowers, the intended receiver, and it's going to bring up fourth down.
A 39-yard attempt.
His kick is good. And the Ravens, they're on the board. It's 7-3.
You know, if it's 4th and 1, 4th and 2, you're at least entertaining the thought of going for it. But I think with what they were remaining left there, half winding down, I do think I'm okay with their taking those points.
Here comes Will Shipley on the return. Terrific return. He's taken down just shy of midfield.
The Eagles take over first and 10 at their own 49-yard line.
On first down, it's Hurts.
So often the best pass defense is a good pass rush, and that's exactly what we saw here. The pass rush disrupted this play from the very start. The quarterback has all of his attention on the rushers rather than his receivers downfield. All he can manage to do is get back to the original line of scrimmage.
Now Jalen Hurts on second down. That's caught. Saquon Barkley. And they bring him down there, but it is inside the 10. It is going to be first and goal. Here's a timeout for Philadelphia. That is their second, as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in half number 1.
At the 9-yard line.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. It's first and goal now from just inside the 10-yard line. Flush to his right. Now he takes off.
He tried to buy all the time he could, but when he saw that space, he quickly turned from thrower to runner, and he's able to pick up a nice gain on first down.
From the 2 now, here's second and goal. A shotgun snap now to Hurts. He is hit before he can get rid of it, and down he goes. And now a timeout. 7 seconds left in this first half. Line of scrimmage back at the 7 for third and goal.
Let's go. Trimmer.
From the shotgun, it's Hurts. That's going to wind up incomplete. Not much time remaining. Time for one more snap here in this first half. On fourth down, here comes Jake Elliott for the Philadelphia field goal. He makes up for the earlier miss. This time, the kick is good. And the Eagles go out to a 10-3 lead.
And that kick will help extend the lead. But remember, Mike, it's still a one-possession game. Halftime's right around the corner. So both teams, there's a lot of work left to be done before we crown a winner here.
And he's going to be taken down. That is going to do it for us in this first half. We have hit halftime. Going to take a quick break, come back, second half of action. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Tyler Luke, the kickoff for Baltimore.
Pretty interesting first half. We'll see if any strategy changes for the next 30 minutes or more as this second half gets underway. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive.
Take over first and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Look at 3 tight ends here on first and 10. On the ground, it's Barkley to start the drive. And he's able to force his way through one man, but he can only muster about a yard on that play. Second down.
1 yard gain brings up second and 9.
On play action, Hurts. The throw on the run is complete. And he's out of bounds up beyond the 45-yard line. That'll be a gain of 20, much of it coming after the catch as they pick up the first down. They'll run it here with Saquon. Down the sideline, past the 40. And he's out of bounds, down inside the 35.
A gain of 20.
They get an even 20 on that one. Good for an Eagles first down.
First and 10 at the 30-yard line.
Here's Hurts. On the run to the right. He'll tuck it and take off. And he'll be out of bounds, down at the 20. Can't beat those legs. 13-yard pickup. A scramble leads to a first down.
First and 10 at the 20-yard line.
On first and 10, it's Barkley. And he maneuvers his way forward. A gain of 6.
Taken down at the 14-yard line. A 6-yard
Come to the line for second and 4. Once again, it's Barkley. Saquon is in for an Eagles touchdown. Barkley puts 6 up for Philly. Elliott on now for the PAT.
Jake Elliott on for the point after.
The kick is good. And the Eagles move out in front by the score of 17-3.
Ravens 3. Jake Elliott to kick off.
The kickoff team is out on the field. And we're back to it as the kick's away. A safe kick taken at the 5. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line.
The Ravens take over first and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
A first down throw for Jackson. He'll try and set up the screen to Hill. And he's out of bounds up beyond the 40-yard line. Trying to claw their way back into this one, and that'll help. It's a first down.
First down.
Whatever they've talked about in the locker room at the halftime break seems to have worked. They've come out with a new established energy. You could see it when they took the field. Now this offense seems to be building on it because with that chunk play, just a little bit of rhythm that they can build off of. They got a long way to go to get back into this game, but so far off to a good start.
On play action, here's Jackson. He runs with it. And they'll have it across midfield down at the opposing 46-yard line. Trying to claw their way back into this one, and that'll help. It's a first down.
You know, Mike, I like everything about this play except the very end. You've already picked up good yardage. You've already picked up the first down. Now get down on the ground and protect yourself. There's no reason to take those shots.
They'll send Flowers in motion. Jackson now to throw on first down. That's to the right side. He's got Andrews. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up second and 5.
The drag route. We used to say this is day one install. Every single offense in the NFL has this sort of route, especially for the tight end position. And depending on the speed and the run after catch ability of the tight end, sometimes it can lead to some of the biggest gains.
They'll run it with Henry. And he's going to be taken down as time runs out on this third quarter of play. So, 3 quarters now in the books. Back with more after the break. You're tuned in to the NFL on EA Sports. Third down, 3 to go. Now it's Jackson. He finds his receiver. That's Bateman. He's going to have that first down, gain of 6, as they convert on third down.
Critical third down conversion there, Mike. Now brings up a fresh set of downs. You find yourself here trailing in the fourth quarter. They got to go down and score, and they got to score fast.
And he'll work forward for about 3. It's second down.
So I think as you look back over the course of this game, it's really been the inability of this offense, Mike, to create any sort of balanced attack to get anything going. And whether you look at the rushing yards, whether you look at just the points scored, this offense has to find a way going forward to generate more big plays and more balance, both run and pass.
2 receptions for him on this drive. This one, good for 16 yards. Come to the line now for first down and 10. They put Smythe in motion. Off the play fake. He'll look to throw. Now he'll run. Carrying that ball loosely, and it is out. And I think the Eagles have it. Yes, they do.
That was a great play by the defense, Mike. He got a little sloppy with ball security as he leaves the pocket. They're able to knock it loose and put an end to this drive.
They'll start on the ground with Barkley. And he's going backwards here. They're going to take him down, back at the 5. Now the Ravens use their first timeout, and they'll get together prior to this second down play. Back up to his own goal line, Hurts. A pass, caught by Saquon. And he'll be very close to a first down. Won't quite have enough, but now a much more advantageous spot. You've got to consider this an absolute must-stop defensively. It's third down. Forced to his right. He'll try and get there on the ground. And Hurts wisely going to slide after he's picked up the first down. So 2 minutes left to play in the second half. Greg and I back for the conclusion in a moment. A run with Barkley. And showing a little versatility as he takes this one forward up to the 34, a pickup of 9.
And he has been a handful to deal with throughout this entire contest, Mike. And they came into the game saying, we want to impose our will on the defense, and that's exactly what they've been able to do.
A throw there on second down, going to be incomplete.
He just stays on his primary read just a little bit too long. I think if he gets that ball to his check down a little bit quicker, not only is the ball completed, but I think there's some room to run. So, again, certain quarterbacks are better than others. The ability to process and eliminate targets quickly to move on to the next, that's a skill that really just comes from experience.
They'll drop to throw. Throw left side, but that's going to be incomplete. He was trying to find Saquon Barkley coming out of the backfield. And it's going to lead to fourth down. So on fourth down, here's Braden Mann to punch it away for the Eagles as they try to play the field position game here, protecting a fourth quarter lead. Now, fair catch will be taken out near the 35-yard line.
Take over first and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
Here is first and 10. From the gun, Jackson. That's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Marcus Epps. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead.
The Eagles take over first and 10 at the 49-yard line.
They'll run straight ahead with Barkley. And he'll get 2 on this one before being taken down. Now a timeout here by Baltimore. That's going to be their second. And they'll get together prior to the second down play. Throwing is Hurts. The pressure there got to him. He's hit as he threw it. And that pass ball's incomplete.
This defense is vulnerable in a few areas along the back end, but none of that will matter if this protection can do a better job holding up long enough that they can find some of these open receivers that have been able to separate. He just doesn't have the time to get them the ball.
On third down, it's Hurts. Flush to his right. He manages to get the throw away and completes it. And he's just a couple short of a touchdown. We'll mark him out at the 2-yard line. Big-time play with Hurts and Brown. 45 yards.
First and goal at the 2-yard line.
So the big play gets him down close. And now it's first and goal. This is to Goddard on the screen. And he's going to go backwards, taken down at the 6.
This is a guy that we're used to seeing make a lot of his plays in the back end, Mike, kind of patrolling that center field safety position. But this time, he recognized that play up at the line of scrimmage, and he blows it up for a loss.
Looked like a lateral there, but now it's a free football. And the Ravens have come up with the football. Well, the ball comes out, and the scramble for it, it ends up becoming a turnover, and the offense walks off the field disappointed with that fumble.
Mike, when you look at a stat sheet at the end of the game and you want to determine which team wins and which team loses, at the top of the list is ball security. Which team does a better job?
Oh, the struggles continue. Another interception. Picked off by Andrew Makuba.
Jackson's pass intercepted.
It's a 3 tight end look as they have it first and 10.
24-yard line.
Now Hurts. Throwing left side there, but it is incomplete.
So on a day where he's completed, give or take half of his passes, Mike, you have to imagine there's a handful of throws he'd like to have back, and I think that last one falls in that category. But the biggest thing, and most fortunately for them, they find themselves with the lead despite a bit of an up-and-down performance out of their quarterback.
The Ravens now going to use their final timeout to stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in the game. One final chance for this defense. And here's third down. Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. Hit as he throws, that one will fall to the turf, and it's incomplete. The pressure too much to get away from that time. Good third down stop, and it sets up fourth down.
A 39-yard attempt.
Elliott's kick is good, and the Eagles will add to their lead here in the fourth quarter.
And this is what you want. I mean, you clearly have the advantage, but you want to continue to apply pressure. Can you score every time you get the ball? They're able to do that here. They tack on 3 and extend their lead.
At their own 35-yard line.
From the 35, it's 1st and 10. Back to throw, Jackson. Oh, the one thing you can't have there. He is sacked, and the clock runs. So after the loss on first, here's 2nd and 14. They'll send Flowers in motion. On the ground, here's Henry. And he's going to go out of bounds with no time remaining on the clock. This game is over. So it's a win here for the Eagles. They didn't quite get the shutout they were hoping for and likely deserved. This was a tremendous defensive performance. They held the other guys to just a field goal, that's all. That defensive unit was the driving force in this victory. So that'll just about do it for